Sorry for keeping you, Mr. Abberton. I was just in the middle of a text message.
Oh, you can call me Larry, and I really appreciate you taking time to meet me, especially in your home.
Well, you hesitated to meet me in my office.
Yes, well, I'm experiencing a certain type of fear.
This fear you're experiencing has something to do with your company. You mentioned the name over the phone.
Kempner Industries?
Right. That's it.
This here getting away space?
I guess you can call it that. I like to come down here to your right, to think.
It's your writing that made me call you. That piece you did last year on city corruption was great.
Thank you. I like hearing from my readers.
Are you familiar with Kempner, Miss Lawson?
Can't say that I am.
I'm not surprised. They usually stay below the radar. They're a global enterprise involved in 5 other countries outside the U.S. Thailand, Greece, Costa Rica.
So, what's this about? This issue with your company?
It's related to the work I do there. I'm a chemical engineer, and I've been with them for over 5 years.
I see.
Yeah, I've always been happy with the company, got along with everyone, proud of the work I do there.
But something's different now.
It's Costa Rica. Something struck me about it, and I started to get interested.
Find something that you didn't like?
Over the past several months, I've come to the conclusion that there's evidence that the company is responsible for contaminating certain population areas in the lower valley, where a fertilizer plant is located.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, I've been in contact with a lot of health agencies that work in the lower valley. They've mentioned a few villages. I think one of them is called San Marta, where people are experiencing things like birth defects and cancer at unusual rates. They talked about one family in particular where 5 members have had either a birth defect or incident of cancer in just the last few years.
A lot of people would say that's not unusual for that type of area with the lack of sanitation and the pathogens. I mean, the third world is just full of that sort of thing.
But the numbers and types of cancers and types of defects defy the statistics. It's not realistic to say there's no correlation. About 30 years or so ago, a company called Avermat in Dayton helped to develop a new type of agent they called DPL resinite, otherwise known as Chemical 34.
Chemical 34.
The chemical was very successful. It would have saved companies lots of money, but then they started doing the research on the lab rats.
Rats died?
Worse than that. Birth defects, cancerous lesions. This shit was lethal. It was eventually banned in every country. And about a month ago, I found out that one of the junior executives who worked for Avermat was one J.K. Patterson.
You know that name?
I certainly do. He's one of the main guys in the Costa Rica operation.
Have you ever approached any superiors with this information?
Considering what's there at this point, I've only asked some colleagues a few subtle questions. People I trust personally.
So, you think this Patterson is using this stuff?
Well, yeah, Costa Rica's a poor country. Corporate money can go a long way to make officials turn the other way.
That's quite a claim to make against a company you've worked for so long.
I know they're big, and I know they've been good to me. I'm not going out of my way to bite the hand that feeds me.
Is it really worth pursuing? I mean, this could really get messy.
How could I look at my children knowing what's happening to those kids over there? I can't drop it.
So, what do you need from me?
I'm taking it public, and getting a start with someone of your caliber is what I'm looking for. I have more information.
And there's no convincing otherwise.
No, I'll take it to the UN if I have to.
Larry, this is definitely something worth pursuing. I am no stranger to controversy, that's for sure. But I can't make any promises about results.
It's perfectly understandable.
Let's pause for a second. I'm gonna go get us some drinks because frankly I'm parched. And when we come back, we can discuss more about a strategy and a game plan, okay?
Thanks.
You know, Larry, you're absolutely right. Kempner is a big company, and they own many other companies, including some newspapers. And they pay well for silence. Chemical 34 does other things you didn't know about. Like death. With no trace.
All units, an unidentified gunman is firing into a group of pedestrians at Centennial Park. Officer down. Proceed with extreme caution.
Believe it or not, last time I got shot, it was in the other arm. This one went all the way through, though. Same way it went through that other cop you shot. Got armor-piercing bullets, huh? Where the hell did you get those things from? Nice mask. Gonna take my kids trick-or-treating. Some of those picnic people you were shooting at were kids. Had a pregnant woman there as well. Hope she's gonna be alright. If I'd known this was going to be a one-way conversation, I'd have brung a mirror. You mind if I stand? You obviously want me for something else, otherwise I'd already be dead. My name is Abberton, Commander Larry Abberton.
I know your name.
Ah, that's a start. Do I know yours?
I got something to show you. Looks like an ordinary old bullet, doesn't it? But it's not. Meet Alloy 34 from Tatterstan. You know what this can do, don't you?
Your voice, I know it. Officer Harrington.
Ex-Officer Harrington.
Ah, Jesus.
I knew you'd come in alone. You're so predictable, Larry.
Did all this just for me?
You taught me well. We made a good team. It's a shame you had to end it.
You broke the rules.
I broke your rules. Okay, negotiator, here's the deal. The only deal. I'm gonna give you something that you never gave me. A chance. I have a riddle. You answer the riddle, I'm yours. If you don't, well, you know what Alloy 34 can do.
Go for it.
There are two doors. One door leads to freedom and escape. The other door leads to certain death. There are two cops. One cop always tells the truth. The other cop always lies. Now you have one chance to ask one of the cops a question. But you don't know which cop is which. What is the question?
You say to either cop, if I were to ask the other cop the same question, which door would he choose? And then you choose the opposite door.
Liar!
Is this the home of Larry Abberton?
I'm Larry.
My name is Philip Mesden. I'm from Planetary Defenses.
I believe you, Mr. Mesden.
You've, changed a bit since your last photo.
The years toil.
So they do, so they do. There are some issues of great importance that I'd like to discuss with you at this time. I'm sure you'll find it all very fascinating.
Oranges. They're real hard to come by these days. You know orange is one of 3 colors that don't rhyme with anything else? Either of you gentlemen know the other 2?
See by my data readout that you used to be an artist, but you quit.
Right. An artist wants attractive things to paint, Mr. Mesden. I wasn't finding anything attractive to paint anymore.
I'd like to introduce you to my associate here. He's a delegate from Primus 4. I've come here to ask something of you of the highest importance. Something that could bring back the beauty your artist palette seeks.
I'm listening.
As you know, the Primians are telepaths, so don't be alarmed.
Mr. Abberton, the people of my world place great value on the traditions of ritual. The greatest of all our rituals, the Verstest, must be performed on a certain day in order to preserve social cohesion. There is a certain substance vital to the ritual that can no longer be produced on my planet. Using your world's bioscans, we have located that very complex molecule. It resides on the 34th chromosome of certain humans. A very small percentage of humans. You are one of them.
Last time I checked, I needed my 34th chromosome.
Larry, I don't understand. The chemical's in the form of junk DNA. Evolutionary bits and pieces you don't really need.
You trying to tell me there's no risk?
Like all medical procedures, there's a certain degree of risk, especially in dealing with things so small. There's no way to absolutely...
You can tell Chuckles here to get some new goddamn rituals.
Larry, I can't tell you how important it is that we cooperate with the Primians on this issue. The war between our two worlds has been ensuing for over 83 years. We're both on the verge of an ecological collapse. You must help us end this stalemate.
I suppose I'll have to go to some large army hospital?
No, he has the necessary apparatus with him. This is the Primian DNA harvester. Don't be alarmed. They say that the sensation is a cross between acupuncture and a trip to a tanning booth.
Well, last time I checked, I don't tan very well.
By the way, Larry, silver and purple.
What? I can't move.
That could be expected. So how do you feel?
It's a rush. Too much. Feels like sharp spikes going through me.
Perhaps the genetic parameters aren't precise enough. There are many variables.
Well, turn it off and fix it.
Sorry, Larry. This is too important to my mission. We're too close to start over again.
Fuck your mission. My flesh is burning. You're killing me.
No, we must proceed.
Heard your little trip down south went well.
Primo shit. A lot of people have been telling me it sets their skin on fire.
Yeah?
Jesus, Larry. Looks like a truck hit you.
I've just been having a lot of bad dreams lately, that's all.
Do me a favor and wait out front for me. I'm still reading the funnies.
child, just let me take this away again. Every day I pray for love of life. Every day